We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
After all we've been through. Everything that I've done. It can't be for nothing.
Hey gamers, welcome back. Before we get into this particular trophy, I just wanted to kind of explain that there are a ton of conversations that you can have in this game that are not relevant to the particular unlock. I've been reading on a ton of forums. I'm hearing that this trophy is glitched, and I'm getting a lot of mixed signals about how this thing actually unlocks. So I've spent the last day practicing it, making sure that it works for me. I've done it twice and it works. So what I'm about to show you has worked for me twice on two separate playthroughs. Remember, if you miss a conversation, you can always chapter select back. Once you've beaten the game, you can go into your chapter select and you can find the closest available point. Just restart your checkpoint and get it again, because some of these conversations, if you miss them, they go away and like you can't get them back. But if you restart your checkpoint, you can, and it still counts. So just keep all that in mind when you're watching this video. Let's go ahead and get started with the quarantine zone. Alright, so the first one is going to be right here before you go into this security gate with Tess. Just want to head over here and talk to these guys right here.
What's up, Joel?
Let's go ahead and hit triangle when it prompts you. That's the prompt we're looking for with these conversations. Let's go ahead and do this.
You hear they took Marianne?
What happened?
Came and snatched her in the middle of the night. Yeah, you're probably right.
So this is right after you come through the underground tunnel. You get all your gear. You're going to be out here inside of this like bar and grill area. Just come outside and talk to Tess. That's going to be your next optional conversation.
Ain't been out here in a while.
It's like we're on a date.
Well, I am the romantic type.
You got your ways.
Alright, so next one's going to be in a chapter called Outskirts. This is right after you meet back up with Tess again. You wake up from your nap. She's going to be standing by this window. Just go and talk to her.
Means they're having us do their smuggling.
Marlene wanted to do it herself. We weren't their first choice. Someone will be around.
Alright, so you're eventually going to make it to this downtown area. There's going to be the Goldstone building right here, the sign. You just want to come around here and head inside the entrance. There's going to be like a dead body, and it's going to give you an option for another conversation. Let's go and do that.
Body's pretty fresh.
Is that bad?
Yeah, it might be. Let's not stick around.
Alright, so the next one's going to be inside the museum, and you're actually about to leave the museum through that window over there to kind of continue the story. This is after you finally get in touch with Ellie and Tess again. They get kind of separated from you at one point. I don't want to give too much of the storyline away, but there's going to be a huge fight here. They're going to both be standing by these windows. You just want to talk to Tess first.
Tess, how you holding up?
Just a bit winded. Look this way. This will get us to the roof.
Alright, and as soon as you're done talking to her and she leaves, make sure you talk to Ellie.
How about you, kid? You okay?
Define okay. And I'm okay.
Alright, so the next one's going to be in a chapter called Bill's Town. This is right after you kind of get through this storage area. It's going to be right here on Main Street. You just want to head across the way here. I'll show you this sign too. This might help you out. It's the Pizza and Subs. Let's come through here. And there's going to be this arcade right here called The Turning. And this is a little bit glitchy for me. I've tried this a couple of times, and sometimes she'll come over here and interact with this thing right away, and then sometimes she won't. So it may require you to wait here for quite some time in order for her to be able to trigger this little conversation. But you just want to kind of wait around this machine. And luckily this time it happened. See how she said, oh, look at that. But sometimes it takes forever. So just keep that in mind. You may have to restart your checkpoint a couple of times. I've had to do that during some of my practice runs, but it does work. I find that if I come here first, as soon as I enter the area, it works a little bit easier. If you tend to run around a lot and do other things, and then you try to come here, for whatever reason, it doesn't really work that well. So just keep that in mind. Let's go and talk to her.
Would you play this before?
No. I wish I could play it.
Alright, so eventually you're going to make it inside of Bill's first safe house. And what you want to do is come over here to this chess set. And that's going to be your next optional conversation.
Hey, you know how to play this?
Yeah. Pretty badly, yeah.
Bobby, what?
Hey, just let it go.
Alright, so you're eventually going to make it to this section right here. This is kind of like a housing development. You're going to come on top of this RV and head across this treehouse. And what you want to do is go ahead and come on in the house. There's going to be some steps back here. Go ahead and get up these steps. And then what you're trying to do is just make it to this room right here. And then just kind of wait for Ellie. And she's going to come up here eventually and she's going to want to talk to you. There she is. Just go ahead and have that conversation with her.
Yeah.
I just want to say I'm sorry.
Should go check on Bill.
Okay.
Alright, so this one's a little bit tricky. A lot of forums are saying, you know, just talk to Bill and you'll get the conversation. But what you actually have to do is come back here and pick up this artifact first before the conversation starts. Like you just saw me right there trying to talk to him, but there was no prompt or anything. But as soon as you pick up this artifact, the note from Frank, and then you come over here, now he's going to give you the prompt. So you do have to do that first. So go ahead and talk to him.
Bill, I found this in there and
Alright, and then as soon as you're done talking to him, you just want to talk to Ellie.
You gonna be okay with this?
Yeah, not a problem.
Look it up.
How much of this?
Alright, so now we're in a chapter called Pittsburgh, and this is right after you wreck your truck. There's going to be like a fight outside with a lot of enemies. You're going to take them out. You're going to end up coming in this garage area. Ellie's going to walk over here and just come over here and talk to her again.
Fucking hunters. See, this could have been us. Come on, let's get out of here.
Alright, so the next one is right after you leave the garage area. You're going to be coming over this cracked wall right here. And the game wants you to progress all the way down there to where that bus is. You're actually heading toward the bridge at this point. What you want to do is come over here and just kind of wait around this dead body right here. This one took me forever to find, man. And just kind of wait right here until Ellie comes over. That's going to trigger the next conversation. Alright, just look at the prompt there and just go ahead and hit triangle.
Your fellow hunters do this?
Cute. No, nothing. Yeah.
Alright, so the last conversation was right back over here. You're just going to climb over this bus and then head over here into this little quarantine zone. But you're not going to go in quite yet. You just want to come over here. And she's going to make mention of the writing on the wall right here. Just give this a couple of seconds.
Give us our rations.
Alright, and then just go in and talk to her.
Why wouldn't they give them their food?
Sometimes they ran out. Most times they just held on to it.
That never happened in Boston.
Trust me, it happened all the time.
Alright, so this is after the gunfight in the Kingston bookstore. You make your escape from that. Going to end up being right here. The game wants you to go toward the hotel there. You just want to come back this way. And there's going to be this sign right here on the wall of this lady. And Ellie's going to make reference to that in just a second.
That girl is so skinny.
Alright, and as soon as the prompt shows up, just go ahead and talk to
I
her.
thought you had plenty of food in your time.
We did. I just don't like it.
Why not?
But listen.
That's stupid.
Alright, so eventually you're going to make it to the hotel lobby. You just want to hang a left right here at the entrance.
No, this is too rich for my blood.
And come over here to the coffee machine. And Joel's going to make a reference here.
I really miss coffee.
Alright, so there's going to be a ladder that you have to put up here in the hotel lobby in order to get up to this area. Go ahead and do that, and then just head up this way. And I've already killed all the enemies in this area, but just be careful, there will be some enemies. You're going to have two windows that you can go through. Go through the window on the left. Just keep on going through till you head through the hallway here. Keep on going and then make a left, and then you're going to be outside again right here. You're going to know you're in the right window because you're going to see this smiley face. And climb through here. Then you just want to come up to the next floor and head through this bathroom, and then there's going to be some dead bodies inside of this bathtub. You just want to wait for Ellie, and that will initiate the next conversation.
Oh, creepy.
It ain't easy.
Alright, so eventually you're going to meet back up with Ellie, and you're going to have to put this ladder up by the wall. Go ahead and climb up. There's going to be like a presentation room right here. I'm going to again walk you through this whole thing because it can be a little bit confusing if I just start you off kind of where the conversation happens, just in case you haven't played the game before. Just going to keep going this way. Now, this is all part of the natural progression of the storyline. We're just trying to make it to the piano room. It's right up here on the right. Okay. Wow, Ellie just showed up magically right there, huh? Then you just want to come back here to this photo shoot area and just wait for Ellie. That's going to be your next conversation.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay, talk to her again.
Okay, then. Something on your mind, Ellie?
Maybe he's gotten into trouble.
Alright, and again.
It don't matter what you thought. I need to listen.
Whatever, Joel.
Alright, so eventually you're going to be in the financial district, and this is the area where Ellie helps you kind of snipe out all these enemies or whatever. She uses the rifle in this section up here. So once you clear everybody out, just head over here to where this hanging body is, and just wait for Ellie to come over here, and you can talk to her about this.
Whoa, Nelly. Harsh punishment. I guess not.
Alright, so eventually you're going to make it to this area right here. There's going to be a huge gunfight here. And then there's going to be Bradley and partners on your left. No Hope. It's going to be on the wall in front. And you're going to see the HS&L Credit Union. You just want to head this way. This is, again, part of the natural progression of the storyline. And then you just want to go ahead and climb up this ladder right here. Alright, as soon as you get to the top, go ahead and hop back down. And then you just want to make sure that you kind of keep to the right of the level here. And you want to just kind of look at this gate, the military preparation school. And that's going to trigger the next conversation.
Military preparatory school.
Yeah, nice information.
I believe in getting out of this city. Come on.
Alright, and then from here what you can do is actually just come back over this way. This one's fairly close. And you just want to make reference to this this sign right here, Dawn of the Wolf. Just wait for her again.
Hey, there's another one. These posters are everywhere.
Alright, go ahead and hit triangle.
I saw this right before the outbreak.
Yeah? Alright.
Alright, so now you're going to be in a chapter called the Suburbs. This is an area called Waverly Township. It's like a housing development. And we're going to again get the next optional conversation. We just want to head all the way down this way, following the street. Just give this a second.
We'll shoot on sight. Lots of friendly people lived here. First few months after the outbreak, they had a lot of looting. Everyone got paranoid. You remember any of that, Joel?
Alright, go ahead and hit triangle.
That's when you saw what people are really capable of.
Alright, and then from here what you can do is go ahead and pick up your next conversation by coming over here to this ice cream truck. And basically Sam and Ellie are going to start talking about it, and then you'll have a chance to engage in another conversation.
What is this?
Oh, this is an ice cream truck.
Ice cream truck?
Yeah, it's ice cream truck.
That's true. This thing will drive around and play real loud.
Man, you lived in a strange time.
Told you so.
Alright, and then from here what you can do is go ahead and head into this house right here. It's going to be the one right before the dead end. Now, I've had this happen two ways. Basically what we're going to need to do is watch these kids play darts. I've had it happen before naturally right here without having to go around and search the house. So sometimes you can just kind of wait right here and it'll happen. I've had that happen before, but if you're having issues with it, then head upstairs. And I find that if you go all the way to the top floor, you'll be good to go. Just head up here and just kind of wait around for a couple seconds. And then for whatever reason, if you're having issues with it, that will trigger it. And then just come back downstairs, and they should be throwing darts. See what I
Sam?
mean?
Be careful. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'll go first.
How did I clearly get destroyed? That's practically a tie.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, and then the only thing you have to do once they're done talking is just come over here and throw the dart. But that's what it takes to trigger it, so.
There'll come a day where kids can just be kids again.
Let's go.
Alright, so eventually you're going to get to a chapter called Tommy's Dam. You just want to go ahead and solve this puzzle where you create this bridge right here. And then instead of going that way, right, you just want to take a left right here. And then come over this log. And there's going to be like a burial site right here. Alright, just go ahead and interact with it.
That's too small of a grave.
I forgot to leave that stupid robot on his grave. What?
No,
Why not?
what have we do with this? Things happen anymore. Enough.
Right. I'm sorry.
Let's get to Tommy's.
Alright, so you're eventually going to meet up with Tommy and his wife. And there's going to be this section right here when you first enter their little establishment, if you will. And there's going to be some horses over here. You just want to come over here and make sure you're close to Ellie. And then in just a second, you're going to have the option of speaking with her.
He likes when you cut his ears. You ever ride one?
I actually have.
Alright, go ahead and
Have
talk
you
to
ridden
her.
a horse?
Winston, this soldier back in the zone.
Let's continue the tour.
Alright, so this next conversation is right before you get into the operations center of the dam or whatever. You just want to come over here. There's going to be a lady sniper up here. You just want to talk to her. There it is. Just get and talk to her.
Joel, I'm Tommy's.
Brother. Word travels quickly around these parts.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
You too.
Alright, so when you make it to the chapter called the University, you just want to head on inside the university per the natural progression of the storyline. And we're basically just going to come up these steps up here, and there's going to be a garage on our right. And if you look up on the left, on the side of the building, there's going to be a banner. And she's going to make a reference to that. It's right up here. It's the Bighorns Welcome Home banner. Just give this a second and go ahead and have this conversation.
That's a giant ram.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so eventually you're going to make it to the courtyard area, and I'll show you kind of where this one is. This one's a little bit tricky to get the trigger as well. You're going to come this way, and you're basically, the storyline is wanting you to go toward the dormitory, which is right up here on the left. What you want to do is just keep going straight right here, and go up these steps, and on the left is going to be one of those Firefly emblems. And sometimes this doesn't trigger right away. You have to be like at a certain proximity away from it. So sometimes this can take a little bit of finesse. Alright, and there it is. So you may have to walk around for a minute and adjust your camera angle, because you can see right now that it's not triggered and now that it is. So if you're having issues with that, move your camera angle around and position your horse, and you should have no problems getting it. And go ahead and trigger that conversation.
I see it.
This is good. First sign of fireflies.
Alright, so you're eventually going to make it to the science building. You have to basically open up this gate down here by solving that little puzzle. You'll know you're in the right spot because there'll be some solar panels right there. And you just want to come this way. And we're going to be taking the first door on the right. We're basically just following these cords right here that are on the ground. That's a good frame of reference for you. Let's come through here. And there's going to be a clipboard around this corner. That's what we're looking for. And that's going to trigger the next little conversation there for you.
Nothing useful.
Ain't nothing here but a bunch of medical mumbo jumbo.
Maybe not all of them.
Stay close.
Alright, so once you make it to the Lakeside Resort, you're going to be playing as Ellie. And you're going to meet up with your teammate here. Just want to come down this way. And come up these stairs. And just trigger this optional conversation over this dead body right here.
Jeez. Looks like someone already fought those things and lost.
Grab the gear. I'm gonna look for an exit.
Alright, so now you're going to be in the chapter called Bus Depot. This one's going to happen pretty naturally. Just follow Ellie for a couple of steps here. And you're going to be talking, talking about your guitar and stuff like that. And then she's going to trigger a conversation with you.
I'm gonna teach you how to play guitar. I reckon you'd really like that. What do you say, huh?
Alright, go ahead and talk to her.
Huh? Oh. Yeah, sure, that sounds great.
Alright, so in order to trigger the next conversation, you have to do a little something first. Let me go ahead and explain this to you. In both of my practice runs for this particular unlock, if you go to this bus too early, like if I were to go to this bus right now and try to trigger the conversation, it wouldn't work. What you have to do is you have to come over here to this RV, and I'm not sure why you have to do this first, but you have to just kind of come in here. Now, I've had this happen before where I just come in here and then walk out and it happens. And then some people on forums are saying that you have to come over here really close to this dead body and kind of wait a couple of seconds. So I don't know which one is actually true, because that's happened to me both ways. So if you're having issues, make sure you come in here to this body and then walk out of the RV. And she's going to be standing over here by the sign.
I dreamt about
and that's
flying
going to trigger
internet.
it. So just keep that in mind. And then as soon as it gives you the prompt, we'll talk to her.
Go on, tell me about it.
So, I'm on this big plane full of people, and everyone's ringing buildings with things. So, I try to use the controls, but I'm using the lightning, and it's crash.
Well, you know, dreams are weird.
Okay, so after you're making your way down the off-ramp there, you're going to be right here at Logan James bus station. Scan head on through.
Maybe we cut through here, huh?
Alright, we're going to come over here and hit up this ladder right quick. And that's going to trigger the next conversation.
Well, we could use that ladder.
Alright, so with the practicing that I've been doing for this unlock, this is all you have to do. It's just basically make a reference to the ladder. Now you're going to notice that eventually she's going to come back down here and sit down on this bench. And there's going to be like another conversation that you can have. But as far as I know, and with my practicing, this one is not required. The only one that's required is for you to talk, basically make a reference to the ladder. So just keep that in mind. Let's move on. Alright, so you're eventually going to make it to this section of the bus depot. This is actually where you get to interact with the giraffe. So you're going to come up here, and that's actually going to be your next conversation.
Don't scare it.
I won't.
You see a triangle right here.
What are you doing?
It's all right.
Here, come on, let's go.
Slow down, kiddo.
Come on.
Alright, and then from here you just want to go ahead and follow Ellie. And then you're going to have another conversation with her as she's talking more about these giraffes. Head up these stairs. This was a really cool part of the game, by the way.
Oh, man.
Alright, she's going to post up over here. You just want to come over here and talk to her.
So, is everything you were hoping for?
Got this now. Can't let you go.
Alright, so if you've been following this guide, you should have 36. And you're eventually going to end up, this is actually where we just were. Up here on this little area right here, that's where we petted the giraffe up there. So we basically just came down through here. And what you want to do is just head all the way over to the other side. And there's going to be a little dialogue right here. This actually doesn't count right here. And then I'll show you where we get the next conversation at. Alright, so right before you get on the bus, she's going to say something to you. I'll let you hear this.
I got something for you.
And then you just want to make sure that you interact with her. And that's going to be your last one.
Here. Maria showed this to me, and
Alright, go ahead and take it. It's going to be the picture of you and your daughter. Just wait for the unlock to pop. And there it is. So I want to talk about it. So remember, there's only 37 conversations that you actually have to trigger. There's a ton more in the game if you want to go through and interact with those, but they don't count. Remember, you can also restart your checkpoints if you need to. So, like, as soon as you trigger a conversation with someone and the dialogue ends, you can go ahead and restart checkpoint and do whatever you need to do. Chapter select. You don't have to wait for anything to auto save in. It does it automatically, and that should help you be able to get these a whole lot quicker if you've already played through the game at least once. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll respond to you. And you guys have a good one. Be good.